Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Corner, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we're joined by the reigning NSIC Women's Basketball Player of the Week, Lexie Schneider of the University of Mary. Lexie, thanks for joining us on the Spotlight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, as we do each week, let's start with you telling us a little bit about yourself.
All right, my name is Lexie Schneider. I am on the University of Mary women's basketball team. I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin, and I am a senior. And I am in my last semester of grad school in the organizational leadership program.
All right, so kind of a super senior because this is your sixth year in Bismarck.
Super senior.
Yep. You mentioned you're from Appleton, Wisconsin. Let's go way back to 2018 when you made your decision around then. Why did you choose the University of Mary to continue your athletic and academic career?
Yeah, the University of Mary kind of came as a surprise to me a little bit. I originally was looking at places a little closer to home. Then one day I just got a call from the assistant coach at the time, and right then and there he offered me a spot on the team, a scholarship. And just that sort of initial belief was awesome before I've even stepped on campus here. I don't even know if they watched me play in person yet at that point. So that initial belief was huge. And then, yeah, I came out to visit with my parents, and there was just an initial sense of community here and a family atmosphere that kind of gave me the home away from home feel. And meeting Coach Newman's family was huge. Loved them right away. So I kind of knew that the school had good values and that there'd be numerous people willing to step up and do anything I needed and kind of just provide that family atmosphere for me.
All right, we mentioned the COVID year you received another year of eligibility with that. But prior to last season, you suffered an injury. Talk about dealing with that season-ending injury, what you learned from it, and what it's like to be back out there playing at an elite level.
Yeah, so coming back from an injury and I guess dealing with an injury my senior year, it was initially kind of a shock. And it happened within the first 8 seconds of our very first scrimmage last year. So again, just initial shock, but kind of was able to take it as an opportunity to kind of build on any of the aspects in my game, both mentally and physically, that I was lacking on last year. And just coming back from that injury and receiving this Athlete of the Week award, I think is just a huge reflection of the team and my coaches and kind of the work they put into getting me back to where I am.
You mentioned the Player of the Week. You're not just the reigning Player of the Week from last week. You've earned the award 5 times this season, 8 times in your career. You're leading the NSIC in scoring and rebounding. Just how would you describe your style of play?
Yeah, again, I am thankful to have received this award more than once. I know there's many other girls that are very deserving of this, especially other girls on my team. So I am thankful for that. As far as my style of play, I never really thought about it before, but I think it sort of depends on the person in front of me. I am pretty tall, but I'm not super strong. So I think some games it depends on if I can use that height advantage or if I'm going to have to use quickness. And then other games, it just sometimes it's just me getting rebounds and kicking out to my teammates and having them make sure the shots as well.
It's working out as your winners of 4 straight. You're tied for second in the NSIC standings with 6 teams to go. You mentioned them a little bit before, but talk about your teammates that help you elevate this program to one of the best in the NSIC.
Yeah, being tied for second is something that we knew going into the season is where our ceiling could be. And so being right there is awesome. And all credit to my teammates, Megan Zander, Mariah McKeever. Those are some of the top shooters in the league. So they space out the floor for us greatly. And then also we just have a lot of experience. Even our juniors, they played a lot of big minutes for us last year. And then in the post, we have Mo Hakeem, Addie Roselle, Cassie Erickson. So if I ever get in trouble with fouls, you have to deal with Mo, and then you have to deal with Addie, and then you have to deal with Cassie. So just that depth that we have, I think, is something that elevates us as well.
Coach Rick Newman is deeply rooted in the fabric of the University of Mary. What is the culture that he's brought to this team, and what's it like to play for him?
Yeah, again, kind of going back to the family atmosphere, Newman is a huge part of that. He's a great family man. He's a great dad. And he definitely incorporates that into his coaching style. He has 2 girls. And so I think he knows how to kind of coach females really well and have a good time doing it. I know the girls that have come in from previous teams are always really surprised at how much fun we have during practice. And like, oh, you guys get to goof off at practice and make jokes. And Newman is right there with us. It's just always been a really good atmosphere. He's big family man. He's super intelligent. I mean, even just yesterday at practice, he'll pull out something where this play worked in 2014 at 7:26 on January 7th, stuff like that. And so he just knows the game really well. And I think that is a huge part of our success.
I remember that play. That play did work well for him. So
It
it's
did,
good
yes.
good he's bringing it back. So excellent. Also, you mentioned that atmosphere, but the post-game locker room after a win, talk us through the program's tradition and what it means to the team.
Yeah, I mean, through social media, I'm sure some people have seen, but when we win, we sing. That's kind of our biggest tradition. We sing our fight song and then just kind of enjoy the moment right there. And then afterwards, we on a road win, we'll usually go to the gas station and get some snacks. So that's also a good motivation for us right there.
All right. Any specific gas station that you guys Quick Trip, or is there just the
I think
closest
it's
one?
the Petro. It's honestly the
Petro.
closest one, but Petro ends up being the go-to a lot of times.
All right. As we mentioned earlier, 6 games left in the regular season. You travel to St. Cloud State this Thursday. That's a team that defeated you earlier at home back in December. What are keys to success this Thursday and throughout the rest of the season and down that home stretch?
Yeah, St. Cloud is a super well-disciplined team. So I think just guarding their stuff really well and kind of using our experience to kind of push us over is going to be huge, as well as guarding them on the three-point line. That's where they found success this season. So I think doing those things is going to help us out.
All right. It's easy to get excited for game day, but what drives you every day, not just on the court, but in the classroom and in life?
That is a good question. I would probably say the people around me and the strength that they have. If they can wake up every single day and choose to do good things and be great, I can do the same as well.
All right. What advice would you give to a young player to help them in their development?
I think one of the biggest things for me, I always thought that to be one of the best players, you need to physically be there. But I guess some advice I would give is just the mental side of basketball and confidence, and how growing in the mental side of a sport can excel you greatly.
All right. Final question. I saw on social media that you are a published poet. Tell us more about this.
Yes, I am. My senior year of AP English, we had a contest that we all had to enter, and mine was chosen to be stamped in the downtown Appleton sidewalk. So technically, therefore, making me a published poet. So I try to use that one as often as I can.
So the poem is in the concrete in Appleton, Wisconsin still.
It is. Yep. I'm not sure where. I haven't been to it, but I'll have to find my way over
Right.
there soon.
All right. Very cool. That's one of the more unique stories we've had on the spotlight so far. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Lexie, best of luck to you and the Marauders the rest of the season.
Thank you.